Alright, that's it. I've had enough of all this. I can't be married to you. I want a divorce right now.
I'm sorry. What? Andre, what do you mean? What's brought this on all of a sudden?
Are you for real right now? Kelly, how can you not know what's brought this on? It's been almost 3 years since we got married. 3 years and you still haven't gotten pregnant. We have this kind of tradition that we need to follow in my family. If a married couple doesn't get pregnant within 3 years of getting married, the husband gets a divorce from the wife. You haven't gotten pregnant, Kelly, so I have no choice but to proceed with the divorce. We're supposed to be having a family by now.
Are you being serious, Andre? Who in their right mind would call that a tradition? It's so weird and just downright crazy to me.
What? That was like crazy. That's just what my family does. All families have their traditions and their way of doing things.
I wouldn't have known much about this a long time ago, but since it has continued into the present day, don't you think that tradition is crazy and outdated?
Why would you seriously think that? My family are allowed to have traditions like this.
But it's so different nowadays. Andre, those traditions were probably made when people thought that women were the only reason for not getting pregnant. Don't you know that men can have problems as well? It's been discovered that infertility can be a problem in males. Even if you're not infertile, there is medical evidence that stress can make it extremely difficult for couples to conceive. Did you even think about that? Besides, your own mother told me to keep having fertility tests done like once every 6 months. I get checked up on all the time. When the results come back, everything is good. I have no issues with my fertility. The most recent test I had was just under a month ago. I don't think it's right to blame me for not being pregnant yet.
But you're the one who needs to be getting pregnant, so it's your fault. Something is not working down there, otherwise we would have had kids by now. It obviously means that you can't get pregnant, so what's even the point of trying to continue on like this? So that's why I need to get a divorce from you. That's my final decision, it's already been made.
I guess I see what you're saying. Fine. Do as you please, Andre. If you think that being cut off from the family who believes in crazy traditions like this is what should happen, then it's not such a bad thing to get a divorce.
How dare you be so rude? Don't you dare treat me like a fool. You're the one in the wrong here. You're so useless since you can't even get pregnant.
So, does that make me the crazy one then? Because I'm not abiding to your family's tradition? Wouldn't you agree that you're the crazy one?
Excuse me, what? Why would you call me crazy when I'm not the one to blame for you getting pregnant?
Okay. I'll agree to the divorce, Andre. Have it your way then.
What? Really? You're gonna agree to this? Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, we can start the process then. This is good. I can finally go and meet myself another wife that can actually get pregnant and give me children.
Okay, if that's what you want to do. However, I will demand for compensation from you and whoever this Malzy woman is, since it'll be an affair you're having since we're still married.
What are you talking about? What compensation? You agreed to a divorce. You don't get compensation if you agree to it.
Just do it how it should be done and pay me properly, please.
I don't understand what you're saying. I don't owe you anything.
On that note, now let me go back to my parents' house.
What's going on? Did your parents find out or something? You gotta be clear with me. What are you talking about? Wow, I can't believe that this is happening. When I heard from Maisie earlier that she had seen you, I didn't expect her to say that. When I actually saw you, I was really amazed. Why the heck is a single woman who can't even have children at an elementary school sports day? Wouldn't that make you even more depressed about not being able to have children? You're obviously trespassing, so I would definitely report you for that.
Excuse me? Who am I speaking with? What do you want from me?
Oh, really? You don't know who this is? How can you not know? I see what's going on here. I suppose you didn't know that I changed my username on here. It's me, Andre, your ex-husband. I changed some details on my profile.
No way. This can't be. Andre? Wow, is that really you? You still have my number?
It's been a long time, Kelly, about 8 years or so since the last time we talked to each other. I just took a seat over by the horizontal bars. I don't really want to interact with you as the parents around here where I'm sitting might misunderstand the situation. You can see where I'm coming from here, right?
I don't really know who is who, to be honest. I just see figures of people, not distinct features.
Ah, okay, I gotcha. Then you must have some really terrible eyesight then.
Andre, I didn't expect you to be around. Why are you here anyways?
I decided to come along to my child's sports day today. It'd be a shame to not spend time with my family on such a fun day anyway, so I came along to watch.
Oh, I see. So I assume that you had a child with Maisie then? Is that correct?
You'd be right, yeah. We would be able to have a child together. You know, thanks to you not being able to get pregnant and agreeing to get the divorce, I was able to become a father. Isn't that great? By the way, my child is a first-grade elementary school student. You know, back then it was really hard because I was so angry about the alimony. But now, I don't mind. My kid is at such a cute age and I can just play with them all the time. It's fantastic.
I don't understand what would make you laugh about the situation, though, when it's not even funny. What you said to me was horrible, Andre. So, is your child the student who transferred into class 2 in the semester after summer vacation?
What do you mean transferred? What are you talking about?
It makes me wonder what happens in terms of why your child is transferring schools straight after starting one.
Now, hold on just a minute. How come you know so much information about schooling and whatnot? You're an outsider. Why would you know what's going on here? I'm just curious about if this elementary school's personal information database is safe. How do you know so much?
I don't know if you noticed, but your child is in the same year group as mine.
Wait, hold up. Excuse me? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying my child is in the first grade. Don't you know that? They're in the same grade but a different class and homeroom teacher.
You're very funny, Kelly. Ha ha. I know you're lying right now. Why would some infertile woman say something so ridiculous? Are you trying to play me? Isn't this more to do with suspicious people that are unrelated to the school itself, that they're trespassing on the school property? Seriously, I should report this, right?
Believe what you want, Andre. After what you did, I met someone else and got remarried. And I got pregnant and gave birth over, 6 years ago. I got informed from someone that my child was the same age as yours. I never thought that our children would end up being at the same elementary school.
So nice to hear the delusions of an infertile woman. Could you just cut it out?
Look, my child's event is coming up shortly, so I'm just gonna end this conversation.
Wow, too bad we have to end this delusional conversation. Your presence on school property is a bit suspicious. I'm gonna go and talk to the teacher just to be sure. Hey, we need to talk. I want to ask the other parents about the child that you were cheering for in the race. Is it true that you got remarried and had a child who happens to be in the same year as mine? It's not your husband's ex-wife's child, it's definitely your biological child, right? But this can't be. Your last name is now Roberts, right? And your son's name is Max. My company's chair is named Roberts, so does that mean Max is the son of my boss? Hold on, what on earth is this madness? How could this happen? Hold on, weren't you supposed to be infertile? But you got married and had a child? How? So you just gained all this money and the status of being with a powerful man? Hey, I'm talking to you. Don't be so rude and answer me. Hey, Kelly, the sports day is over now. You can message me since this day is almost finished. Hey, answer my questions that I sent during the day.
I don't have any answers to give you. All I can say is that I have a good condition with my husband.
That doesn't explain anything, Kelly.
You want the story of how we met? Is that what you want?
Just give me some answers. You have a lot of explaining to do.
After we got divorced, I got a job at a company over here, so I moved here to start my job. I ended up taking a ballroom class just for fun. My new husband happened to be in that class too. At first, we started dating without me knowing that he came from a wealthy family who all managed a company. He then proposed to me. I was in shock about the proposal, but we got married and had our son. Is that story sufficient enough for you?
You didn't mention anything about how you got pregnant. How are you able to get pregnant if you're infertile? That's what I really want to know.
Okay, firstly, I'm not infertile, Andre. If you really want to know, I conceived my son naturally. I didn't have any fertility treatments.
Are you being serious right now? Are you playing some sort of trick on me? So you're really not infertile at all?
I'm not infertile. How many times do I have to tell you before you understand? About a year ago, I gave birth to my second child. A daughter.
What the heck? No way, really? But I didn't see you with any children at the sports day. How am I supposed to believe something like that?
Since it was sports day, the sports were limited to how many family members could come and watch their kids. So I left my daughter with my mother to take care of her whilst I watched my son's event.
So you gave birth to 2 children. This can't be.
Okay, I've answered your questions. I think it's time for you to stop interrogating me, okay?
Excuse me? I'm allowed to ask questions, okay? How dare you?
Also, during this conversation, my husband is right here watching you message me.
Your husband is reading over your shoulder. Wait, the company chairman? Why are you being like that towards me? Why are you letting him?
He has a right to know what my ex-husband is bugging me for information about my family. I just can't reply to your messages without showing my husband. He'll must understand the situation otherwise.
This seriously can't be happening right now. There's a thing called privacy.
I know about privacy, Andre. He has the right to know. Please understand that this conversation is to remain completely transparent.
What the heck, Kelly? How dare you talk to me like that? I can't believe this is happening right now. After all I have done for you, I have been nothing but nice to you. This is all your fault.
What could I have possibly done to you now, Andre? Why do you message me so much?
Because of you, I had to quit my job. I can't work for that company anymore. I'm so humiliated by the fact that my company's chairman's wife was my ex-wife. How can you backstab me like this? After all these years, and you just come back and ruin things for me, huh?
Okay. We're in this situation. Is it my fault that you quit your job? Was there a point where I asked you to quit your job? Didn't you just quit on your own accord due to some weird pride thing that you have? I didn't push you into quitting your job. You just found out something that you just didn't want to believe. This is not even close to being my fault. I just so happened to be at my child's sports day and cheering the students on.
Would you shut up, Kelly? This is your fault, and that's all I have to say. This all comes back to you. I can easily get a new job somewhere else that has got nothing to do with you. Someone will definitely hire me. I won't have any issues at all.
It's just a bit weird to just go and blame someone for something they had no part to play with. It's rather annoying, so you really need to stop doing that. By all means, go and find another job. Like you said, I'm sure someone will hire you. Stop blaming me for things I didn't do.
Hey, we gotta talk. I can't believe something like this has happened to me. My wife just left me and took my child with her. They're just gone, and I have no idea where they are.
I really don't get why you're contacting me about this. Shouldn't you be speaking to your current wife? You know, to find out where she is and where your child is too?
I've decided that everything that's happening to me is all your fault. After all this time, you've somehow stepped back into my life and messed it all up. You just had to show up right in front of me in that instant, didn't you? For what you've done to me, I want an explanation. I shouldn't have to quit my job. This is all you're doing. You have been nothing but a pain in my backside since that sports day.
Now wait just a minute. Could you please stop acting like I met up with you and ruined everything? Why do you have to treat me this way? Don't you think it was all just a coincidence? It just happened to be that our paths unfortunately crossed again after all this time. It's the fact that you found me, start making a fuss, and pounce at the chance to annoy me.
But you're the one who appeared right in front of me. You ruined everything.
How can you say that? I just appeared right in front of you? I didn't do anything to you. You know that I've been living close to this town for nearly 8 years, right? Besides, you were the one that just so happened to choose this town to live in. Our kids go to the same elementary schools because you made your child change schools.
Well, I had to think about those things. We needed our child to change schools.
Is it true that Maisie became like a monster parent as soon as she entered her child into Walter Elementary School in the next town over? Was it to change the environment for the child who ended up knowing for being a problem child at their previous school?
What the heck, Kelly? How dare you say such a thing about my own child? How could you have known about something like that?
It just so happens that a colleague that I have at work, their child actually goes to Walter Elementary School. They know that your child was a problem in the classroom. That's how I got so much information about what your wife and child are like. I was just able to piece it together.
You can't be serious right now. How is there someone that you know that goes to that school? You can't possibly know everyone. How would you even know if it's true?
Maybe because my colleague is a reliable source. Look, even though the situation exists, you don't need to shout halfway across the field that you found your ex-wife. If anyone should be humiliated, it's me. I'm trying to be mature about this, so can you do so as well? You're an adult, for goodness sake.
Well, now that you say it, I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want and when I want because you ruined everything for me.
Okay, that's it. I've had enough of this. Would you please not contact me ever again? I would really greatly appreciate that.
Huh? What do you mean? But you're the one to blame for all these things happening to me.
How many times do I have to say this before you get it through your thick head, Andre? You're the one who no longer works for my husband's company. I didn't get you fired. Your child will probably end up transferring again at an elementary school in Maisie's hometown. There's no longer be a relationship between you and Maisie, which is just a shame for the child.
What are you talking about? Do you know why they left? My child is going to be transferring schools again?
Okay, now I'm just confused. Did you really not know what's going on at all? I assumed because it was your family that you would know.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I haven't heard anything like that until now.
Really? Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't think I'm the right person to tell you this, but I guess since you're talking to me, maybe I should say something. I don't know. So I just got this information from the elementary school's mom friend network. You know, to keep each other in the loop about what our kids are doing and such what. The fact that you, the father of the child, didn't know anything about this really important thing is beyond my belief.
Would you quit messing me about, Kelly? I don't have the energy or time for this. Tell me what is going on right now.
I'm not messing you about in any way, Andre. Look, I can't go into a lot of detail, alright? It's not something that others can speculate about. But I get the impression that your family is on the brink of falling apart. I hope that you realize you're standing in a dangerous territory right now. You could lose everything. I think you've got no choice but to talk it over with Maisie. Maybe you both can repair what needs to be fixed. I can't say anything more than that.
But I didn't do anything, did I? What could I possibly have done to Maisie to make her leave? None of this makes sense. But I need to find her and talk to her. I need to see my child.
Then go do that. You're a man. You should be able to figure these sort of things out. On that note, I'll say goodbye.
I can't believe what I just learned. All these years and I've been living in a lie. The child isn't mine? I don't understand what this means for me. I really don't know what to say or do. You know, if I didn't end up running into you at school, I wouldn't have to suffer such a wave of misfortune.
Are you seriously kidding me right now? You're blaming all of this on me. You're still going to continue with this narrative? You're so insane.
What? I'm allowed to. My life has been ruined since the day I saw you. Nothing would have happened if I didn't see you.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Well, that's odd. Did I forget to block you or something?
Huh? What do you mean? I'm not being ridiculous at all. I think it's a fair thing to say. What are you talking about?
I'm definitely going to block you this time. I've heard enough nonsense from you.
Wait, no! You can't block me! I'm not finished talking to you! You've done me wrong and you gotta fix it!
I'm so done with this conversation and you. Goodbye, Andre. Have a nice life. Since the end of that conversation, I have received a lot of information through some acquaintances. Firstly, my ex-husband and Maisie got divorced. The custody of the child was given to Maisie. Apparently, she was given a chance to do a DNA test done, and as a result, the parentally test came back negative. Furthermore, it was revealed that my ex-husband was the one who was infertile all along. However, the child was my ex-husband's child according to the family register, so there's an issue with having to pay for child support. In the end, both families got involved and it turned into a massive uproar and was a huge mess to deal with. I don't know if there will be a solution coming out of this case. I don't want to get caught up in the commotion of it all. It seems like more and more people are abandoning them while this continues on. I would like to forget it about and put it all behind me. It'll be nice to go back to my daily life in peace and quiet. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey Dad, I just wanted to let you know ahead of time that I'm getting married next month. Your invitation should be coming in the mail soon, but I thought I'd let you know now so you have enough time to find a nice suit to wear. Hi son, I had no idea you were even seeing someone. Now you're breaking the news out of the blue that you're getting married? At least I'm inviting you to the wedding. That doesn't fix the fact that I had no idea that you even had a girlfriend. We used to be so close. Why'd you stop telling me things? I just grew up, Dad. I don't have time to tell you everything that's going on in my life. No, I don't need to know everything, but you're suddenly telling me that you're getting married? And I don't even know who the girl is? I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Stop making something out of nothing. It's not nothing, Jordan. I thought I raised you better than this. You haven't even bothered to tell me your fiancée's name. You could have just checked the wedding invite. But her name's Kayla Little. There, now do you feel better? No, I don't know anything about her or your relationship. Where did you two meet? How long have you been together? What does she do? And most importantly, when can I meet her? Seriously, Dad, I don't have time for all these unnecessary questions, man. You can meet her at the wedding next month. Now, I gotta go. Kayla and I still have a lot of planning to do. I have to meet her in a short while to try out different wedding cakes. Okay, son, enjoy. Hello there, Kayla. My name is Steven. I'm Jordan's father. I hope you don't mind me messaging you. I just thought it would be nice to get to know you before you marry my son.
I know who you are. Jordan told me you were harassing him about me today.
I wouldn't say I was harassing him. He is my only son, and I was just trying to find out more about my future daughter-in-law. Anyhow, how'd you like to get to know each other tomorrow for a cup of coffee, so that we can get to know each other a little bit?
I really don't think that's necessary.
Well, I think so. We are going to be family soon. We should at least be acquainted.
Maybe I wasn't clear. I don't have any ambition to meet with you. I'm marrying your son, not you.
I just thought, being his father and all, you'd want to meet me before the wedding.
Next time? Don't think.
Son, I don't know if she told you, but I spoke to Kayla yesterday. She might have mentioned it, I don't remember. I'm so busy with work and the wedding planning that I barely remember what day of the week it is. Well, I was a bit taken aback by her response toward me, and it gave me a funny feeling. Please don't tell me you've been making decisions based on your gut feeling again. My gut feelings have never led me wrong before, and it hasn't led me wrong this time either. I did some digging on Kayla since neither you nor her want to tell me anything about her, and you won't believe what I found about her. I don't want to hear it, Dad. You're just upset that I didn't tell you sooner that I'd met someone. Yes, I am disappointed that I'm only hearing about this girl now, because I thought we were closer than that. But that's not why I did some research on her. I genuinely wanted to find out about the woman you've chosen to marry, and just as well I did. Alright, Dad, what is it? I can tell you're not going to let this go unless I hear you out. Just like when I was a kid, you would latch on to something and just go crazy on it until I'd let you tell me about it. Thank you. So, as I said, I did some investigating and I found out that Kayla has been married before. Did you know that? I know she has a couple of exes, but she didn't mention that she'd actually been married before. But whatever, who cares? The past is the past. That's not all I found out, son. I found out why her ex-husband broke off their marriage. Get to the point, Dad, I don't have all day. It turns out that her ex-husband filed for an annulment shortly after they got married, because she went behind his back and tried to steal his inheritance. It seems like this isn't the first guy she's tried to scam out of his money. I think Kayla is a gold digger. I don't know what you want me to say to you, Dad. Am I supposed to be shocked and horrified and call off the wedding for something she did in her past? I'm just worried about you, Jordan. I don't want you to be taken advantage of. Just relax, Dad. I'm a big boy now. I know how to take care of myself. Jordy, please. I really don't have a good feeling about this girl. I know it's the night before your wedding, but you've been blowing me off the past couple of weeks. I just don't want you to make a big mistake. Dad, I'm marrying Kayla tomorrow, whether you like it or not. You may not like her because of some of the things she's done in past relationships, but maybe those other guys deserved what happened to them. I have my own reasons for marrying Kayla. Nobody deserves to be taken advantage of. I just can't shake this feeling that going through with this wedding is a bad idea. Who I marry is none of your business, Dad. I appreciate your concern, but it's not necessary. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to sleep. I have a big day ahead of me tomorrow. Listen, Kayla, I need to talk to you.
What do you want, Steven? I'm busy getting ready. If you haven't noticed, it's just hours before I get married to your son.
This is important. I know about your previous marriage and why your ex-husband had an annulment.
What? How did you find out about that?
That's not important right now. What is important is that I don't approve of you marrying my son.
So what? I don't need the approval of an old ogre like you. I can do what I want. And if I want to marry your son, I will. Now leave me alone before I turn your son against you.
You can't turn him against me. I'm his father.
You may be his father, but soon I'll be his wife, and I can get him to believe whatever I want. One short conversation, and I can have Jordan believing that the only reason you're against our marriage is that you're after his money.
What are you talking about? I'm not after anything. I just want what's best for Jordan.
Maybe I am what's best for Jordan. Did you ever think of that?
You won't get away with this, Kayla. I will protect my son no matter what.
Good luck with that. Now, if you don't mind, I have a wedding to get to.
Jordan, you have to call off this wedding.
Ugh, Dad, will you please just drop this already?
No, Jordan, you don't understand. Kayla is manipulating you. She said she was going to get you to believe that I'm after your money. But you must know that isn't true. Please, son, you can't marry this wretched woman. Alright, fine. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Honest with me about what? The only reason I'm with Kayla is that I'm gonna try to take over her father's business. I need to marry her so that I'll have some sort of vantage point in the company. The truth is, I don't have any money. I've been living off of my inheritance from you to show off to Kayla, so that she would think I was rich. Jordan, that money is supposed to take care of you when I die. How did you get access to the funds already? I got your lawyer to change the release clause so I could access it without having to provide the bank with your death certificate. What? Jordan, are you crazy? I'm just trying to make a better life for myself. As soon as I get into Kayla's family business, I'll be able to call the shots and earn a huge salary. You can't marry this girl just because you want to work in her family's business. Jordan, what are you thinking? If you needed money, you should have just told me. You know I'll always help you out and have your back. I know, Dad, but I've come too far to turn back now. I have to do this. Jordan, it's never too late to change your mind, especially if you end up making the right decision and not a huge mistake. I have to go, Dad. The wedding's about to start. I'll see you out there. Jordan, no! Please don't go through with this wedding!
Hi, Steven. Long time.
Kayla? What do you want?
I'm glad you asked. I figured out that Jordan doesn't actually have any money. and that he's been in fact using his inheritance from you by gaining early access to show off for me.
Now you know his secret. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to divorce him if that's what you're thinking. Instead, we've decided to take our relationship to the next level.
What do you mean? What's the next level?
I'm pregnant, of course.
What?
I know, exciting news. Now back to your question about what I want.
Yes, what is it?
You see, I want my baby to be looked after, and since your son doesn't have any fortune of his own, I thought it only right that you make a contribution.
What? Contribution? What are you talking about?
I want you to pay a percentage of your wealth into a fund for my child's future and education. I mean, it's only fair. Otherwise, the only way out of this is if I get an abortion.
No, you can't have an abortion. What kind of percentage do you want, and for what fund?
I was thinking about 45%. You are old after all. You won't be needing all your money for very much longer. We may as well put it to good use. The fund will be set up when you pay your contribution over to my family's business. Let's call it an education fund.
You're crazy if you think I'm gonna pay money into your family's business for a fund. I will contribute to a fund for my grandchild, but I will have my lawyers create an external education fund. That way I know the money is in good hands.
Fine, do what you want, but if I find out that you're not going to give me money towards this child, I'm going to get rid of it. So as soon as my baby is born, it should be released to contribute towards medical bills and health checks.
Alright, I'll allow a portion of the money to be released for the child's health and medical expenses. Just don't kill my grandchild.
Good, then we have a deal.
Hi, Dad. I just thought I'd let you know that my baby girl has just been born. Oh, congratulations, son. I'm so happy for you. I know you're gonna make a wonderful father. Thanks, Dad. I can't wait for you to meet her. I can't wait either, son. Hello, Jordy. I'm just checking in to see how your first few hours as a father have been. I'm furious. Kayla went behind my back and has been planning to give our baby up for adoption all along. What? What are you talking about? I was holding my baby when one of the nurses came in and said she was ready to take the baby now. I asked her where she was taking her, and she said that her cot was ready and that the social services woman had arrived to complete the paperwork. That malicious, lying witch. I knew she was bad news. No wonder she wanted me to pay money into her family's business for an education fund. She's just trying to scam me out of my money. Just as well, I was smart enough to put clauses on the funds that I set aside for the child. Never mind that. What am I gonna do about my baby? How do I stop the custody release from going through? Don't worry, son. I'll contact my lawyers and see what we can do. I'm sorry we couldn't do anything to stop the process of putting your baby up for adoption. I really tried, son. But my lawyers said that there was nothing that we could do. The mother of the child has full custody of the baby and can decide to do what she pleases with it. I can't believe she gave my baby away. She just gave her up like our little girl meant nothing to her. She didn't even shed a tear. That woman is bad news. I tried to tell you all along that I didn't have a good feeling about her. I know, I should have listened to you. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm really sorry that I had to become so distant from you. I should have never let a girl come between our father-son relationship. It's okay, son. We all have to make our own mistakes. But it's time that you fix them. I'm still so angry with Kayla. Obviously, I don't want to stay married to her. But I feel like just serving her with divorce papers isn't enough. I want my revenge. I want to hurt her as she's hurt me when she allowed my baby to be torn out of my arms and sent away. I don't blame you for wanting revenge. But what is it you want to do? I have a plan. I'm going to take down her family's business. They let me into their inner circle. I know all the ins and outs of what's going on in there. I didn't want to say anything to you about it, because I know what you would say. What didn't you want to tell me? I want to help you get revenge on this wicked woman. She also took my first grandchild away from me. Her family's been using the business as a cover. They actually have been laundering money. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Don't you worry, son. We'll get you out of there and take her and her family down.
Steven, I've spoken with my financial advisor, and he has told me that I still haven't received the funds you promised to release to me. when I gave birth to your grandchild?
How stupid do you think I am, Kayla? You gave my grandchild up for adoption, and you still expect me to give you money?
I went through with my end of the deal. I gave birth to the child. I never said I was going to keep it. What would I want with a disgusting baby anyway?
You know, I thought by now I would have stopped being in shock by your actions, yet you still leave me speechless.
Well, if it's any consolation, the child has been adopted anonymously.
Yes, that makes everything better, thanks.
Good. Now pay me my money.
I was being sarcastic, Kayla. Nothing you say will make what you did okay. And you can forget it if you think you're gonna get a single penny out of me.
We'll see about that, old man. We had a deal. I will get what I want.
3 months later. Well, it's finally over. The divorce is finalized, and Kayla's family is being investigated for fraudulent activity. And I just want to apologize again, Dad. Like you always said, family's everything, and I should have never let a woman come in between our relationship. Well done, son. You made a very difficult decision to take on Kayla and her family, but you did the right thing. I'm so proud of you, and I forgive you. The main thing is that we're reunited, and our relationship is stronger than ever. I wish I felt better, but instead I've lost everything. I lost my wife, my job, and my baby. I have nothing. That's not entirely true. Yes, I know, I still have you, but that doesn't make everything better. That's not what I was gonna say. I have some news. What news? You know how your baby was adopted anonymously? Yes, it was so that Kayla didn't have to have anything to do with the adoptive family. I know, but that's not what I'm getting at. Well, what is it? I don't particularly like talking about this. It breaks my heart. I was the anonymous adopter. What? I'm the one who adopted your daughter and claimed full custody of her. Why are you only telling me this now? I had to keep it a secret until all this legal stuff between you and Kayla was settled. I didn't want to jeopardize our keeping custody of your baby.
I can't believe this. You really got custody of my little girl?
I keep telling you, family is everything, Jordy. There's no way I was gonna let that evil woman send my grandchild off with some strangers. I know I haven't told you this much lately, but I love you, Dad. I love you too, son. After a legal battle broke out, Kayla and her family were taken down for money laundering. Although she tried to pull Jordan and me down with their ship, I hired a fantastic lawyer for him and me, and he got off clean of any prosecutions. I obviously came through without anything against me, as I had proof that she tried to steal money from me by having a child. It was especially helpful to Jordan's case that he was the one who infiltrated the business, and shared proof of the illegal dealings that were taking place. Once Jordan was finally able to cut ties with Kayla, he and I were able to readjust the custody of my grandchild. I decided to share custody with Jordan so that I'd be able to continue to contribute more to my granddaughter's upbringing and inheritance. The fund I created for her education still stands, and Jordan and I continue to contribute to it. I also made sure that no woman would ever come between my son and I again. I had my lawyers set up very specific parameters for his inheritance, that it could only be claimed by him and only once I've passed on. I've also been working with Jordan and helping him financially to build a new business for himself to run, and eventually pass on to his daughter. He's now earning an honest living, and I can retire happily, knowing my family is well taken care of. What would you do if someone tried to manipulate and turn someone you care about against you?